So, but getting into like that, I thought that show was incredible. So I was really excited when I heard that he was directing his own movie. I was like, okay, I got to check this out.
What's up, YouTube? It is Drive-By Movies with another episode of Fresh Releases. My name is James.
My name is Blaise.
And this week we're checking out Netflix's 2020 movie, Tigertail, directed by Alan Yang.
你就是个内心残缺的人。
There are many things I never told you.
Tigertail is a story about a Taiwanese factory worker that leaves his life behind in Taiwan to go to America and start anew while still struggling to connect with his family. This is a multi-generational story about an American immigrant. James, what did you think about Tigertail?
Absolutely loved it. This is a year where I didn't think I was going to be able to watch that many great movies just because look at what's been dealt with us. We're having to watch movies at home.
Having to record podcasts at home. Actually, having to record podcasts in general. This is like our first podcast.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say so. What's it called? But with just, movies in theaters, we haven't really had the opportunity to see that many. I think the only time I was in theaters this year was The Invisible Man. But then a movie like this comes out and I'm just like, damn, like I don't need to experience this in a cinema, but like imagine going to like a low-key indie theater and stuff where it's not that crowded and you're just there with a bunch of film purists. Yeah, the Royal Theater would have been fantastic. And yeah, I absolutely love this movie. It's still fantastic to watch. Like, I'm glad that Netflix picked this movie up. Alan Yang, I believe this is their directorial debut. I know that they've worked on other things, but what's it called? Like for a first picture, though, I was mesmerized by its story, the look of it, and just its characters as well. Chemistry is always key. I feel like with the actors that you're choosing, and every single person in this movie like was believable in their personas and also their dialogue conversations.
Definitely. And I really enjoyed, the fact that this is, the first film, Alan Yang's first film, but I enjoyed Master of None, which is the show that he worked on with Aziz Ansari. I thought that show was awesome. I don't really know many people that talk about it because the whole Me Too movement kind of stopped a lot of people being stoked about Aziz Ansari, I feel like. Right. So, but getting into like that, I thought that show was incredible. So I was really excited when I heard that he was directing his own movie. I was like, okay, I got to check this out. I felt like this delivered. The only thing for me is it just reminded me so much of like a Wong Kar-wai movie. Like I felt like I was watching In the Mood for Love almost. Right.
Yeah, that's what I kind of got especially with the 16 millimeter scenes of this movie. Like those are some of my favorite moments. Also, I love when it goes back into the past. And most of the movie, I'd say, is more so focused on the past than the current times, even though the current time is where the meat and potatoes are, I'd say. I always look forward to those past scenes, and they looked absolutely stunning. A lot of the reds like reminded me of like watching In the Mood for Love. Like I haven't seen that much from Chinese cinema other than Wong Kar-wai films, but like you can't help but like think of those. And I'd say Wong Kar-wai is probably one of the most popular directors that's made their way to the U.S. from China, at least.
Yeah, most definitely. I can agree with that. And speaking about those flashbacks, it was really awesome that they did film, specifically the flashbacks were all in 16 millimeter. The rest of the film is in digital. And I felt like that added, a sense of like almost looking through, your parents' old photo album and like picturing them kind of in different shoes, in different eyes that you don't see them in. So it had a really cool, authentic, style, but also had that vibe that you were talking about of reaching for other films like from that place.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. One of my favorite moments also though is later towards the movie, just seeing the family like kind of adapt to this newer technology. I mean, a lot of it, like when they move to New York, they're getting used to the setting. It's not all what they used to be. I mean, when a lot of immigrants come to America for the first time to start a new life, like they think that it's going to be like, oh, it's freedom, you get to start over, be whatever you want, and that's not the case. And there were some moments where I would have liked to have seen kind of where he kind of had to like keep going to get where he was at the end of the film, because they definitely have a lot of money to be living in New York and have a house or just that fancy of an apartment, but still though, I was mesmerized the whole film and absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I thought that this was a really awesome debut for Alan Yang. I felt like he, really told a personal story, because I watched a couple interviews with him and he talked about how this is very similar to his father's personal story and someone that he didn't really feel like he had a connection with that well. I felt like that was a strong story that you don't hear too often about. I didn't feel like I felt like it was very personal, to where I feel like I got a picture of Alan Yang's, life in a sense, as well as his father's. So I just really enjoyed his debut, and I'm looking forward to more so than Netflix maybe greenlighting like another film for him or something. I'm excited that Netflix is giving a chance to some of their showrunners or creators to then make a feature film, their first feature film. I thought that was a really cool idea that at play here, and then also if they extend that and keep going, I feel like that could be really awesome.
Yeah, 100%. Like they already have like some people who started off strong, and might as well keep them while they can. Like a lot of studios, like will keep their director. Like like Weinstein's, like theirs was Quentin Tarantino at one point. Now Sony has Quentin Tarantino, but like I feel like every studio has their director. Warner Brothers, they have Christopher Nolan, and so on and so forth. You can name a specific director for a specific studio, but they always worked with them. They rely on them to like be their heavy hitter for the year for like Oscar season or something. And this film, like even though it's coming out like it still feels weird in this year, but like I know we're in April currently, about to hit May soon. Just like it's interesting to think that this movie came out this time, because I could have seen it doing well during award season, whether or not we get Academy Awards next year. But I'm still like excited that Netflix gave them a shot, and this is like a strong debut to be coming out with. Yeah,
definitely. So, I mean, if you've at least heard of Tigertail, I just want to let you know it's not the sequel to Tiger King. There is that last episode up there for Tiger King, but this is not, the direct sequel to Tiger King. You'll be very confused. But I definitely recommend, if you have Netflix, to check out Tigertail. It's a very intimate story, very small, and it's not something you see every day. So it's hearing, an Asian American immigrant story, I thought was, really forward thinking and awesome to see this style of movie pop up somewhere on Netflix and be next to something as silly as Tiger King.
Right, yeah, exactly. Right when you type in the letter T, like Tiger King comes up. Even if you search like the letter I, like because I is the next letter in Tiger King, like I swear that's the first thing that still shows up. It was
always like when I searched to find the movie, it was literally like always Tiger King.
I had to get to Tiger T for Tigertail to show up.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so I hope it's on a lot of people's home screens. I know everyone has a different algorithm, but I hope a lot of people stumble across this movie because it's well deserved.
That's going to close out today's episode, guys. Thanks for watching. That's the best way to support the show. Just watch this show, go watch another video that we have, or go to Netflix, check out Tigertail.
After doing that, be sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed us, and leave a comment letting us know what you thought about Tigertail. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell to get all our latest updates.
That's it for this week. Tune in next week for another new video.